The bride's hand was shaking with anger as she stared into the mirror. Her voice cut through the hotel room like a knife. "Are you blind or just stupid?" she shouted. "I said soft glam, not this cheap village makeup." The poor makeup artist froze. Her name was Grace. Her brush slipped from her fingers and fell to the floor. All the bridesmaids went silent. The room, which was full of laughter a few minutes ago, now felt cold. The rich bride Mia sat on the chair in her silk white robe, diamonds shining on her neck, hair curled perfectly. Grace stood behind her, in simple clothes, her apron stained with makeup powder. Mia turned to face her. "You're fired," Mia said loudly. "Get out of my room. I don't want your dirty hands on my face." Grace's eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "But madam, please, I have not even finished your look. The ceremony is in 2 hours." Mia laughed. "You think I care? I can pay 10 others like you. Take your cheap products and leave." Grace's hands shook as she slowly packed her small makeup kit. Her heart was breaking. In her mind she thought, this is my rent money, my mother's medicine, gone in 1 second. No one in the room spoke for her. No one said, "That's too much." They all just watched. As Grace reached the door, Mia added one more insult. "And next time," she said, "don't come to rich weddings looking like a beggar. It ruins the vibe." The bridesmaids giggled. Grace stopped for a second, her back still turned. She wiped her tears quickly so no one could see, then walked out. The door closed behind her with a soft click. The rich bride smiled at herself in the mirror. "I'll get a real makeup artist," she said. "Not some poor street girl." She did not know that in a few hours. At the same wedding, instant karma was waiting for her. The wedding hotel was grand and bright. Chandeliers shone like stars. Fresh flowers lined the hallways. Staff rushed around with trays and decorations. In a small corner of the makeup room, Grace stood near the door, holding her makeup kit tightly to her chest. Her eyes were red. Her cheeks were wet. The wedding planner, Daniel, walked in and saw her. He was not rich like the bride's family, but he wore a neat suit and had kind eyes. "Grace?" he asked softly. "What happened? Why are you crying?" Grace tried to smile. "Nothing, sir. Just, I got fired." "For what?" Daniel looked confused. Grace looked down at the floor. "She said my work is cheap." She shouted in front of everyone. "Maybe I am not good enough." There was a long pause. Grace's hands were still shaking. Daniel had seen her work many times before at other weddings. Brides hugged her. Mothers thanked her. "You're one of the best artists we have," he said gently. "It's not your fault she's rude." Grace sniffed. "She said I look like a beggar. Maybe I should not be here." Daniel clenched his jaw. In his heart he felt angry, but he spoke calmly. "People like her think money gives them the right to insult people," he said. "But remember, Grace, your talent is not cheap. Her behavior is." Grace looked up at him, surprised. He smiled a little. "Go sit in the staff room for a while," he said. "Drink water, calm down. You still have other clients today, okay?" Grace nodded slowly. "Thank you, sir." She walked away, her shoulders heavy, but her steps still gentle. As she left, one of the bridesmaids, Lily, secretly stepped out of the room and came to Daniel. "You heard?" Lily whispered. "She fired that girl so badly it was cruel." Daniel sighed. "I heard the shouting," he said. "If someone had spoken up, maybe it wouldn't go that far." Lily looked guilty. "I wanted to say something," she whispered, "but Mia gets angry fast. She would cut me off too." Daniel glanced toward the bridal room. Inside, Mia was now on the phone, shouting again. "What do you mean the artist is stuck in traffic?" She yelled. "I need a new makeup artist here now. Do you know how expensive this wedding is?" Her mother, Mrs. Carter, sat on the couch, scrolling through her phone. "Mia, relax," she said. "We are paying a fortune. Someone will come. People beg to work with families like ours." Mia tossed her hair. "I just don't want the guests to think I use some cheap roadside makeup girl," she said. "This is my big day. Everything must be perfect." "If you were in Grace's place, fired and insulted like that, what would you do? Stay silent? Or speak up?" As time passed, the clock moved closer to the wedding hour. The new makeup artist that Mia called was stuck in traffic. The roads outside were jammed. The hotel staff kept calling, but the answer was the same. "Sorry, we are late. It will take time." Inside the bridal suite, panic started to grow. Mia's face was half done. Foundation, but no finishing. Eyes, but no lashes. Lips, but no final touch. Her bridesmaids tried to help, but they were not professionals. Sweat started to appear on Mia's forehead. Her heart pounded. "What if my pictures look bad?" she whispered. What if people say I looked ugly on my wedding day? She looked in the mirror again. For the first time that day, she felt a little fear. Outside, guests were starting to arrive. Music played. Cameras flashed. But the bride? She was not ready. And the only person who could have saved her look had just been thrown out in tears. Mia grabbed her phone with trembling fingers, not knowing that someone had already posted her cruel words online, and the internet had started to watch. Downstairs in the hotel lobby, Grace sat in the staff room, staring at her phone. She had washed her face, but her eyes still looked sad. Her friend Mia, not the bride, another Mia, a server at the hotel, had recorded something on her phone. "Grace," she said softly, "someone from catering was passing by when the bride shouted at you. They recorded it by mistake. Do you want to see?" Grace hesitated, then nodded. The video showed everything. Mia's voice shouting, "Are you blind or just stupid?" Her words, "People like you don't belong here." Her laugh, "Get your cheap hands off my face. You're fired." Grace watched herself in the clip. Head down. Hands shaking. Eyes full of tears. She felt the shame again, like a heavy stone on her chest. "Delete it," Grace whispered. "I don't want to remember this." But it was too late. The video had already been shared in a small wedding group chat. From there, it spread. One of the waiters sent it to a cousin. The cousin posted it on social media with the caption, "Rich bride humiliates poor makeup artist. Is this what money does to people?" Within an hour, comments started to pour in. "Why is she talking like that? Money doesn't buy manners. I feel so bad for the makeup artist." Back in the bridal room, Mia had no idea the world outside her room was already judging her. Her focus was only on her face. "Why is this foundation cracking?" she shouted at a bridesmaid. "Why is my skin so dry? It looked fine earlier." Her skin was dry because of stress. Her hands were shaking. She had tried to fix her own makeup after firing Grace. Now the base was patchy. The room was hot. The air conditioner was not working properly. Sweat collected near her hairline. Her makeup started to melt. One bridesmaid whispered, "Maybe we should call back that first artist." "Grace, what was her name?" Mia glared at her. "Never," she said. "I am not begging some poor girl to touch my face." There was a knock on the door. Daniel, the wedding planner, came in. "Mia," he said carefully, "the ceremony is in 40 minutes. The other artist is still stuck in traffic. We need a plan." Mia rolled her eyes. "Then find someone else," she snapped. "Or do it yourself. That's what I am paying you for, right?" Daniel took a deep breath. He spoke slowly, with respect, but his words had weight. "I manage events," he said. "I'm not a professional makeup artist. And you already had the best one here today." Mia's face darkened. "Whose side are you on?" she hissed. "On the side of the wedding running smoothly," he said. For a second, their eyes locked. Mia looked away first. Outside the room, Lily, the bridesmaid who felt guilty earlier, was scrolling her phone. Suddenly, she froze. Her eyes widened. "Mia," she whispered, her voice shaking. "You need to see this." She walked into the room, holding up her phone. There on the screen was the viral video. The bride, shouting, insulting, pointing her finger at Grace. The sound was clear. The angle showed Mia's full face. There was no way to deny it. The comments were already in the thousands. "Who is this horrible girl? Imagine being this rude on your wedding day. I hope the makeup artist finds better clients." Mia's heart dropped. "Who posted this?" she yelled. "Who recorded this? Delete it. Make them delete it." "You can't delete the whole internet," Daniel said quietly. Her mother grabbed the phone. "This could ruin our family name," Mrs. Carter whispered. "The guests will see it. The press might see it. Your future brand deals." Mia suddenly felt dizzy. She had a large social media following. She often posted about kindness and self-love. Brands sent her free products. Now, people were seeing the real her. Or at least, the worst side of her. Her throat felt tight. This wasn't supposed to happen," she whispered. "I was just stressed." She was slow. "I just snapped." Nobody replied. Silence filled the room. Then the hotel lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then went off. A power cut. Gasps filled the hallway. Inside the bridal room, only faint daylight came through the curtains. One of the staff shouted outside, "The generator will take some time to start." In the darkness, Mia's half-done face looked even worse. Her foundation lines were visible. Her eyeliner was smudged. Her lipstick was uneven. And now? No strong lights. No perfect mirror. No backup artist. She was about to walk into the most photographed moment of her life. Looking like this. Mia sank to the floor. For the first time that day, she started to cry. Not loud, angry tears. Soft, scared ones. I ruined everything, she whispered. My face, my image, my wedding. Daniel watched her for a moment. Then he said one sentence. There is still one person, he said, who can fix this in time. Mia looked up, eyes swollen. Who? She asked. Daniel stared straight at her. The girl you fired, he said. Grace. Mia's lips parted in shock as Daniel picked up his phone and said, If you want this wedding to be saved, you'll have to say please. Mia grabbed Daniel's wrist. Wait, she said. You can't call her. She'll say no. Daniel looked at her calmly. Maybe, he said. Maybe not. But you don't have other options. Mia's heart pounded. Her pride screamed no. Her fear whispered yes. Her mind flashed to the video spreading online. The ugly comments. The melting makeup. The guests waiting. She swallowed hard. Fine, she whispered. But, let me talk to her. Daniel handed her the phone. His fingers dialed Grace's number. It rang. Once. Twice. 3 times. Grace sat in the staff room, her small bag on her lap, ready to leave. She saw Daniel's name on her phone. She hesitated. Then answered. Hello, sir, she said softly. Mia's voice came through instead. Grace, she began, her voice shaky. It's Mia. Silence. Grace said nothing. Mia's throat felt dry. I need your help, Mia forced herself to say. My makeup is bad. The other artist did not come. The power is cut. The wedding is delayed. Everyone is waiting. Grace listened quietly. Mia's fingers were trembling. Her eyes filled with tears again, but this time, they were not from anger. They were from shame. I'm sorry, Mia said suddenly. The words almost stuck in her throat. I was wrong, she whispered. I was rude. I insulted you. I should not have done that. I was stressed and I took it out on you. Please, can you come back and help me? In the staff room, Grace closed her eyes. Part of her heart said, say no. She doesn't deserve you. Another part said, you are a professional. Don't become like her. Show her the difference between you and her. Mia kept speaking. Her voice broke. Grace. I saw the video. Everyone is calling me a monster. Maybe I was one, in that moment. Please, let me fix at least one thing today. Grace took a deep breath. Her hands were not shaking now. Her voice was calm. I will come, she said. Mia let out a small, shocked breath. But, Grace added, on one condition. Mia wiped her tears. Anything, she said quickly. Just tell me. Grace said. When I come to your room, you will apologize. Not in secret. Not only to me. In front of the people who heard you insult me. Mia froze. Her pride pushed back. But then she remembered the video. Millions of strangers already knew. What was the point of hiding now? Okay, she whispered. I'll do it. 10 minutes later, Grace walked back into the bridal suite. The room went quiet. Everyone stared at her. Mia stood up from her chair. Her hair was still perfect, but her face was a mess. Her eyes were red from crying. She stepped in front of Grace. For the first time that day, Mia looked small. Not rich. Not powerful. Just human. I am sorry, Mia said, her voice shaking. For what I said. For how I treated you. I was cruel. I called you names. I talked like you were nothing. But you're not nothing. You are a talented artist. And I was wrong. Her eyes filled again. I humiliated you in front of everyone, she said. Now I am the one humiliated in front of the whole internet. Maybe this is karma. Maybe I deserve it. Grace's eyes softened. Tears shone in them too. She spoke gently. Words cut deeper than any brush, she said. Rich or poor, we all feel pain. Mia nodded, tears rolling down her cheeks. Will you help me? She whispered. Grace did not answer with words. She walked to the makeup table. Placed her bag down. Opened it. Her hands moved smoothly now, like an artist at work. She cleaned Mia's face carefully. She used gentle strokes, soft brushes, light hands. No anger. Only focus. Mia watched in the mirror as her face slowly changed. Not into a fake doll, but into a soft, glowing bride. Fresh. Beautiful. Real. 10 minutes later, even in the dim light, she looked stunning. When the generator came back on and the lights turned bright again, everyone gasped. She looks perfect, one bridesmaid whispered. Mrs. Carter stared at Grace. You did this, with those same cheap products? She asked, ashamed. Grace smiled a little. It's not about the price of the products, madam, she said. It's about the hands that use them. Mia took a deep breath. Before walking out to the ceremony, she turned to Grace. Can I hug you? She asked softly. Grace hesitated, then nodded. The rich bride who had laughed at her now held her tightly, crying into her shoulder. Thank you, Mia whispered. I will never talk to anyone like that again. As Mia walked down the aisle, cameras flashed. Guests smiled. They saw a beautiful bride. They did not know the storm that happened in the room before. But online? People still watched the video. Then they saw something new. A second video. This time, it was Mia speaking to the camera after the ceremony, with Grace beside her. I want to say something, Mia said, voice steady. Earlier today, I insulted this amazing woman. I treated her badly, because I thought my money made me better. It doesn't. I was wrong. I am sorry. She turned to Grace. Thank you for helping me even when I didn't deserve it, she said. You are the kind of person I want to learn from. That second video also went viral. But the comments were different. Glad she realized her mistake. Respect to the makeup artist. Grace is the real queen here. A week later, the hotel announced something new. We are proud to welcome Grace Beauty Studio as our official bridal makeup partner. Grace's small business exploded with bookings. Brides called saying, we want you, not just because you're good, but because you have a good heart. Mia, the bride, faced some loss. One brand ended their contract with her for being rude in the first video. She felt that pain. But she accepted it. She started using her platform to speak about respecting workers. Every time she saw a cleaner, a waiter, a driver, a makeup artist, she remembered the day she had to beg the girl she broke. And how that girl still chose kindness. Money can buy a perfect wedding hall, a diamond necklace, and a fancy dress. But it cannot buy respect. Respect is something you give first. Only then will life give it back to you.